we're starting the adventure of the unbreakable Speckled Band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which she referred, Wilson.
Wilson?
In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible Speckled Band I had ever seen.
Sholmes and Wilson? Oh my gosh.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Oh my god.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What?
What's she doing there?
Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Sholmes.
Oh my gosh.
I presume you must have heard of me.
Not Sherlock Sholmes. Sherlock Sholmes and Wilson. Amazing. Amazing. I didn't know you were in this game too, Sherlock Sholmes. Harry Blossom. He's seen here. Sherlock Sholmes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me this is a big fat mood. Hold on.
We've got food, music, and fun on the agenda. But what I'm really dying to show you is this. Hey, everybody, get a load of me. What? Everybody? Me? Isn't...
Oh my gosh. Doesn't deserve the name Blossom. True. He's dressed like your typical like detective. Where's the dress? Where's the makeup? Where's the beard? Where is, like, you know, the beauty here? A deer hat? Get out of here. So passé. My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Wait. I can't move. Ryu, what are you doing in on a ship? What is going on? A stereotypical. I can't move. Ah, what the? Why am I in handcuffs? Ugh. So you wake up now, huh? We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. Are you serious? Are you fucking for real? He's getting accused again of murder? Again? What is going on? Oh my gosh. Give me a break! Oh, give me a break! Not Ryu being in trouble again and getting accused of murder. This is not it. Ryu, what are you doing? What have you done in your previous life that you get in trouble so much? Next thing he's gonna get accused of blowing up a country. He's gonna get accused. Oh, you are responsible for blowing up the Philippines. Now it's just the desert. Like they are gonna drag Ryu to court. Ryunosuke is the type of person who is gonna get accused of terrorism. There's something about him that is like keeps getting in trouble. Oh my gosh, Ryu. We must protect Ryu like from himself. We have to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You're a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. We found you, and now you pay, criminal. How long were you hiding that tiny wardrobe? Sorry. Now you have been found. It's time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Sasato! Hey! I was wondering why she was there, but it kind of makes sense. If Ryo is here, she's here, but like, what are y'all doing on the ship? You going on a cruise? Mr. Sato! Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Ah, you pretend you do not know. You are wolves in a sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. I knew it! I knew he was gonna get murdered. As soon as this guy was like, oh, I am Ryu, I am your mentor, I am the person you look up to, I'm going to help you. I knew he was gonna get killed right after. Like I cracked the code. I know how Ace Attorney works, okay? I cracked the code. I did say, oh, he's gonna die. He's gonna die real soon. And I was right. He is dead. Here, in this very cabin that was molded shut from the inside. His body? Big brain energy. Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I... Ryu, like, come on, like, keep up. Like, you gotta figure it out at some point. I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No. No! Kazuma. Oh. Oops. It was just 2 short weeks. Weeks ago. Rest in peace. But I kind of knew that you were gonna die. Bye. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? Oh my god. Wow. That explains. I was like, shouldn't you have stayed in Japan? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewmen would just toss your traveling case onto the floor, I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourselves to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a study bunch, that's for sure. What I wanted to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying! I tell you what, why don't you keep out or something on a piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. Oh, that explains why he was in the fucking wardrobe. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make me no more trouble for yourself. Murderer? No, I'm not a murderer. That you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. So Star-san, please tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is to try to find out what really happened. Damn, she really doesn't believe it. He's really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can be operated from the outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or, to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. Cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there are no obvious signs of external signs of injury then. That's true, yes. Yeah. We're gonna best Herlock Sholmes. We're gonna show him how to solve a crime. Sholmes and Wilson. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Because he's a know-it-all? He's an annoying know-it-all? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. Herlock Sholmes, you're not the real Sherlock Holmes. You are an imposter. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... Oh, they gotta show the body. There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. They showed the back.
Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Harry. Oh my god. Harry throws some. He can be Harry Pie. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. He had no idea no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. It's all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now, I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. Ugh, my head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Why are you even on board of this ship, Naruto-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Harry Potter. Oh my gosh. Not Harry Potter. Oh yes, I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin this entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabins for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. Oh my gosh. I just thought about something. Because they're obviously gay, you know? He hid his gay lover in the closet. He was in the closet. Oh my gosh. And now it's time for Naruhodo-san to come out of the closet. Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh my gosh. I cracked the code. I cracked the code. More proof that they are gay. More proof that they are gay. He actually asked you? But why? I'm sorry, Sato. I have a bad news, but like they were lovers. They were lovers. They wanted to be with each other in England. They wanted to sip tea with the little fingers, sip tea, afternoon tea, with a top hat in England, and you know, live their best gay lives. So yeah. Why not? I would also do that. I would totally hide my secret lover in my closet. Why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. Ryu, don't lie to us. Don't lie. You know the reason why. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? Ryu, you know why. You know why. Don't play with me. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. I hate that. There can be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing, that he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe, but something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then, it was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san, I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. By stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me from becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. If you're not the culprit, then tell me, what happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, we were fooling around. I don't really remember. Okay, Ryu, like, you don't have to lie about it. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes. There was something in that cake. There was something in that food. I know it sounds unbelievable, really I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. Ah, come on. I just want to open this. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. But Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around my hands tied while whoever did this gets to walk free? No, I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, hold on. Let me just throw this in the trash. I'm gonna try and gobble up those bubbles. Ah. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and also why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. What the? That was a Susato takedown. A Susato what? What martial art form is that? Well, they destroyed the place. I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry, prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to? Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in the court of law. Ah, I see. She expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. What about... Can I examine? This is the paper cell I wrote for the wardrobe. I remember really working hard to make it, but I'll never forget how Kazuma reacted. Do you expect the Russian crew to be able to read that? He said. Still, I was sure people would get the idea, even if they couldn't read it, so we used it anyway. And it worked. I don't know if the crew thought it was creepy or what, but no one opened the doors. Oh wait. Hold on. rice into a paste to use instead. But to a stowaway like me, every single grain of rice represents precious rations. That's why I spread it as thinly as I possibly could. I couldn't bear to waste any. Okay. What up?
Yes!
What about this? Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember it clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I want to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward and other crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Yes, of course. Then the gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before you... Who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before you opened them. And if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but like, I'm surprised. Also not surprised because it's not the real Sherlock Holmes, it's an imposter. He wasn't thinking. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can't see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Sato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Okay, but like, what about the sailor over here? He's not gonna allow it. The sailor was like, he was just. The sailor is like just standing there and just like awkwardly watching everything without saying a word. But she does, and also like I'm going to allow you to investigate. Does she even have any authority in this ship? Is she allowed to authorize? Thank you. So you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you use some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Sato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I will still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. We're gonna see some gameplay! We finally made it. We finally got to the gameplay part. The first case we only had the courtroom where we didn't have to examine any evidence on the crime scene. But this time around, I feel like we're gonna see some actual Phoenix Ace Attorney where we go from place to place and check the talk to people, show them, present them evidence, you know, find clues and such. This is a big part of the Ace Attorney experience. We're gonna see it. Oh, this guy was here. He was awkwardly like, okay, well, I guess he's gonna investigate because the random guest said so. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they're all toppled on the same way. What's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although it's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? By the way, Blue, have you checked out the clips in my Discord server? Like, Kazuma used his sword. I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps it was you, Naruto-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and statues. Could the way these things have been thrown out about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? The poor guy, he just cut his hair for no reason. But also, the very first case of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the very first case, the guy, they look exactly alike, and the guy was the prosecution was so enraged he ripped his hair and just threw it into Phoenix's face, on his face, and it was so funny. Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see mess. Yeah, they were drama queens. The prosecution drama queens. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Santo-san? Well, whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruto-san? Wait, what? I'm sure you're careful to look around. Oh, BM! Using BM, are you? Wait, why BM? Why not A or and D? Huh? Wow, let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Wait, why not A? Oh, okay, that's for the cursor over here. But E, M. I see. These are rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or pet? This would be a good question for polls and quizzes. I'm a pet with a dangerous object. I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Okay, I'm gonna look at the outline body first. Did Kazuma write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Does anybody speak Russian? We can't translate this. That I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruto-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? Maybe Songbird knows Russian. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see.
Helping people is what I'm all
this way
about.
up in Japanese. Oh my gosh, sweetie!
Sugar, we're glad you're here.
Welcome! How are you doing? Thank you so much for subscribing for 10 months! Amazing. Amazing. We don't see your well, though. Curse the founder badge. Curse the founder badge. We wanna see the 10-month well. How you doing, sweetie? We're playing The Greatest Attorney. We're on case number 2. We did a wave. We're still somehow like a little bit at the beginning of case 2.
Luckily, I found the perfect gift. It's a rare, exclusive, limited edition charm bracelet.
Yeah, that's good enough for Barbie.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for redeeming Big Fat Mood. I love that. I love that reward so much. You love it too? Okay, hold on. I know there's a way to remove the founder badge. Hold on. You have to let me see. Where is it? Is it it's in settings, right? Damn, where is it? Hold on. I'm checking. Okay, so on Twitch, not the dashboard. On Twitch, I think you have to go to settings, and you go in security and privacy, and you scroll down, and you will see like a thing that says hide founder badge, and you turn it on, so it doesn't show the founder badge to channels where you're eligible. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I brought a lot of changes to my rewards. I also have now for my Ask Me Anything, I have now 3,000 questions, and it has been redeemed 2 times. People are loving it. Okay, let me but yeah, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for coming in. Ah yes, I see this says this way up in Japanese, which in hindsight I should have realized. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna finish talking to her, and then I'm gonna get to your Ask Me Anything. Which in hindsight I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Okay. There you go. Okay, let me go check out the question 1489. 1489. Okay. There you go. If I were to own a weapon, what kind of weapon would it be? Oh my. If you were to own a weapon, what kind of weapon would it be? A weapon. Shit. Oh god. Oh my god, what kind of weapon? I don't want a gun. I want something cool. I want something really cool to, like it doesn't, okay, so a flamethrower. A flamethrower is very cool, but also probably impractical. But chainsaw, flamethrower, I want one of these weapons that like is flexible. You can use it in many different ways, and you know, for show as well. For show. Gun? I mean, gun is for someone like Nancy, you know, something boring and basic. Chainsaw, flamethrower, is that a thing? Is that an actual thing? Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god. It's from, oh my gosh. Wow, it's a video game thing, but I want it. I need it. I want it. I need it. I bought it. I got it. What is it? I see it. I want it. I got it. I like it. I want it. I buy it. What? Dragon chainsaw flamethrower. God damn, so cool. I need that. There you go. You got a chainsaw flamethrower. That's what I want. Oh, I'd be going. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it. Yep. Gimme. Same. Wait. Dude, I wasn't gonna buy it for real. I was answering the question. I wasn't gonna buy it for real. What would I need a chainsaw flamethrower for? Alright, there you go. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya! That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Susato is not a good detective. Like, who cares? He's dead. Who cares? We have a case to solve. This guy is about to get grilled, like, in a prison. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But there's been a murder. You have to investigate. Who cares? Be like Nancy Drew. Be Snoopy. Read into people's stuff. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Damn. What is that? What do you think this is? Steel. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure what that sounds like, Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? And the mask behind it, I wonder... The mark beside it, what is it? I wonder. It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yeah, you're right. It is the color brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Oh my gosh. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes, his calligraphy was always a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship? Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. She's no fun. She is no fun. When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open. This bolt has been firmly closed. It was quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy. It just sized across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there will be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from the outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. Yeah, but like, why you suck so much as a detective, Sato? But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal and they seal together perfectly. There will be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick anywhere, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me. What? I was wondering how it's going, the investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it is not true, I see. Grandma, what do you mean by that? Sorry? The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. Why would the grandmother say that Japanese people don't make jokes? He might have useful information though. I have to keep trying. So last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Yeah, of course not. Now back to the corner of the room and make silent. I say no more to you. Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. Oh, he's hiding something maybe. That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty. Oh, now I want chicken. Yes, it was really delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me! No! Does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Wait, what is that? Wait, is that a leg or shit? Something like that? It doesn't look like it doesn't look like a chicken leg. It looks like straight up a leg. That's sad. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No. Okay, let's go this way. And check this. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail to Japan. Have you really been leaving that wardrobe the entire time, Naruto-san? I think leaving isn't quite the right description. Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Alright, ooh. This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have cord bells like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Nah, that's actually... yeah. That's something you see a lot in British rich households. Pull the cord. You saw it. We saw it in Cinderella as well. It's us peasants. We have to ring the bell like this, the little bell, not the cord, like peasants. Shall we give it a little try? Yes, in the interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Aww. Damn, that's rude. I think that's kind of opening that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Is that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, it looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Rude did cup. I wanted tea. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that. I suppose. Maybe that's it. Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. It's the imposter. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be a European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruto-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. That's something very unusual about him. Okay, dude, like, what are you doing on top of the... Putting all your dirty feet on the desk. Is he investigating Kazuma's desk or is he playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk to him, Am I just imagining it, or does Sato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press space on people when they're in crosshairs, you can converse with them. Oh, I see. Alright then, I'll get to that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. In a minute. Oh, please do. In a minute. I want to check out more stuff first. Oh, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. It's just him. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh, this is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Okay, greetings! I don't know how to do a British accent. It's gonna be atrocious. What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? That was bad. Oh no. Oh no, that wasn't him. I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. And I can't do a British accent. I'm giving up. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my gosh, he is so bad. Herlock Sholmes is so bad. I like him. I like him. He's the opposite of Sherlock Holmes. He is so bad. Sorry, what? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that? Perhaps was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madame. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the bereaved occupant of this cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you? Yeah, certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama.
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
Wait. Oh my gosh. Susato, please. What? And you're plotting a revolution too.
Bruh.
It's shameful behavior, Naruto-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way Yeah, what? Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. Damn. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were saying the first thing that came to your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in the most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see? What do you make of that, hmm? Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of the murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it a deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude, and more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. So it's really you, the actual Sherlock Holmes? The very same, the inimitable actual Sherlock Holmes. Oh my gosh, fangirling! Do you know this man, Satsuto-san? The most famous detective in the world, Naruto-san. Of course I know, I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Okay, we can talk to him. So you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the only Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I see, you're German. Herlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Rest magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
Dollar.
15 biddies, thank you so much, Blue. You're going to sleep? Have a good night, Blue. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Indeed I am. And you read so many of your own? Yeah. Everybody's going to bed early tonight. You read so many of your own stories, you start to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in a magazine. Wait, why are you angry? Are you angry? Oh, you're angry at them. Just characters being characters. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? Hold on. Yeah, okay. I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, Blue. I'll see you tomorrow. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of the cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this maze seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science, logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A few furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. Yeah, I played Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, I know how it works. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I've turned both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if I'm saying it right. have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in this most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm indecent now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruto. Ah. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really? Two facts you say? Oh. Mr. Sholmes, tell us please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah yes, but first let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand. And what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked up from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Okay. Number two, the victim was Russian and killed following the dispute with an acquaintance. Russian? Okay, Sholmes. Oh my gosh. God bless this man. God bless this man. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the... I can't help it. I love this guy. He gets everything so wrong. Everything so wrong. He's so useless at his job. I can't help but empathize with him. Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. This is a Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama would have left the dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many of their native tongue filling their head for this young man Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderobe maybe the same name of the killer, a certain Robert Garde, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruto sleeping soundly? Quite so, I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Oh my gosh.
Bruh.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim in the message that I might analyze for possible hidden details. Bless his heart. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this man. He's so useless. He is so wrong, and yet so confident. I just relate to him so much. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Are you alright, Mr. Nahudo? Yes, thank you. We got a photograph of the crime scene. Hell yeah. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that. Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Certainly, if it interests you. How many times I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. Can we talk about your deduction before the things you concluded about me, I mean? The now famously accurate troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Oh yeah, that is clear in Naruto. Brilliant, just brilliant. Like the disguise is so good. He looks now like a prepubescent teenage Japanese man. Amazing, amazing. This vessel made a port call to Shanghai yesterday, and last night this young Russian was murdered. Since when was Kazuma Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded that he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. Doesn't anybody realize you can speak more than one language? Bilinguals? Never heard of her. Trilinguals? Impossible. Absolute unicorn. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Villain Bolshevik. No, how could it be me? I don't look anything like this man, just look at his face. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower. Ah yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all of those particulars in the article. The deeds of the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspapers reporters? I wonder. And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in this article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Afghanistan? Never heard of her. Here, take the paper for yourself. A little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all of this in the interest of me to be within this page, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Oh my gosh. Thank you, I'm so honored. You may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? Cast your eyes over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Ah yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. See? That's clearly Japanese. So now he's not writing in German, doesn't it? So based on his deduction, based on his reasoning, what does that make him? Russian or Japanese? We see the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Ryu, shut up. Tragic. It's something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? Russianese. It's Russianese. It's my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san, aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruto-san, what on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair.
Bruh.
Yep, the double standard. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado. Nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. I'm so impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated looking characters, of which I can read precisely the... So what was all that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Scholes. You traitor! I'm much obliged, my dear madame. No loyalty! The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard of that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Speckled Band, I don't even know what that is either. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being at least. Okay, let me check out what new do we have. Let me check here. I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian. No, me neither. I have no idea what any of this means. The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Yes, you told us that before. It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale. Oh my goodness, he is fearsome. Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he? The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he'll need only to shave it off. I'm not quite sure that's a problem, Mr. Sholmes. What about the back? Ooh, ballerina. Okay. This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Nerudo-san? Well, no. I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't even read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about the beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She's very present, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Thank you. It pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novavich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She's of course talented. Young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Novavich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. Tiara takes priority. Miss Pavlova? We'll see. They requested international assistance at all ports with sailing to Great Britain. Could this be another case of Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruto. Alright. There you go. What, Okay, we already checked that out. Okay. That's a nice tiara. That is a nice tiara. Do you have somewhere to go? Oh, hold on. I want to see people. Wait, Susato is only 16? Oh my gosh. This guy's 34. There's not a single person in the world who hasn't heard of this famous great detective. Not a person except me, apparently. As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I'm still not too long, the seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which a ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at the stagnation and we crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate, hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No. There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided that was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. DMV, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So, what were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, this was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you're a culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruto-san, what are you just standing there for? We must go investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way to... Ah! After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. This guy is being like physically assaulted left and right. I think we'll still have some investigation to finish off here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to sleep next door. Good idea. The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I want to Kazuma to do everything I can to find out a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice. Is something wrong, Naruto-san? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling that I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir? Yes, what can I do for you? Oh! Oh! Oh no, wrong one.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
It's our guy. It's the Vampire Butler. It's the Vampire Butler. I recognize that face, but it can't be. Still sick. It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosodaga. It's the Vampire Butler. He's back. Woohoo! Hello again. We're getting all of our friends back. What are you doing here? I think this should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board the ship. Again? Yeah, and Naruto gets accused of murder. Again. You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board. Perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Alright. So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? He really is acting like a sailor, that's for sure. He's so good at acting like a sailor. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Wow, you fucked up. Was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even be a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here on the first class deck. I've already fucked up. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace! All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes. So we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of this cabin door, the stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it, really. I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how... There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Nahodo-san, by presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select present panel. It's just some evidence that Inspector Sadaga could use. So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the cabin next door. Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain. Present the diary. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The cabin has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruto-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last. Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Alright, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab food and I'm going to do my Duolingo because I want to keep my streak. Anyway, be right back in 5 minutes. back. I forgot to do my Duolingo. So I just did it. I went to go grab popcorn. Alright. Let's go back. Oh. Alright. How do we go there? What do you mean all gone? The popcorn? Okay, so turns out she didn't just eat popcorn, she just forgot what she ate. She had other stuff. She also ate some stuff in the fridge, but it's but yeah, but no, she didn't just eat popcorn, turns out. My sister, she has a very, very bad short-term memory. But she has a really good long-term memory. She could remember stuff that happened so long ago. However, when it comes to yesterday, if I ask her, what did you do yesterday? She's like, she has no idea. Asked her, what did you eat this, since I was gone? She could only remember popcorn. Finally out of the cabin. To be fair, if I had missed my Duolingo streak, it would have been so bad. I was only on date. I only did 2 days beforehand. Learning stuff that I already know, but you know, you have to go back to the basics, like yo como pan, el hombre, la mujer. Yo yeah, I think you already guessed it. What is yo soy la mujer. Oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. That sounds, I don't know. No, it doesn't sound good. Can you say el mujer instead of just say soy la mujer, because it sounds kind of weird. It sounds kind of weird. Words like pan, the verb drink, bebo, bebes, bebe, como, comes, come, la mujer. It has to be like that. Yeah. So weird. To be fair though, Duolingo is I don't know, their intro lessons is kind of weird. Less spacious out here than I thought it would be. This is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma Sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. Somber, I hope you're still working on your French. That's why I was being put up. That's why it was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must have been awful. Oh, look over there. Look over there! That's another crewman's keeping watch, and he looks enormous even if he's sitting down. Oh, he looks big, alright. It's been a couple of weeks. Summer! Shaking my head. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure no one comes in here who shouldn't. Suppose, like people in handcuffs. Naruto-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma Strong when I first came aboard. And ever since, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look. This looks like a plan to the SS Buria. It shows each deck. Look. The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple skin hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now actually, but how is it such a large lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Well, that's quite simple, Naruto-san. Is it? Well, considering the Japanese archipelago, the islands of Japan, yes, they're not metal, but they're enormous lumps of earth, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. Right. It's a ship's log. Should we have a look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. Oh. Oops. And nothing, no reaction at all. I thought you might appreciate the compliment. I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means that there was nothing to report. There's a way to the second class area of the ship. Is something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me. Might be wrong, but I mentioned the moment you reach for the head of the door, that burly seaman will surely shoot you dead. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started with my talk of running away. Yeah, don't do it. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. No, excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try that instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask us something of you? You little third-class ladies maid!
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Wow. So rude. We seem to have called the sailors on the bad days, Sato-san. I'm not a sailor, my mother gave me a name. I'm a senior crewman, Biff Stroganov. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Stroganov, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are, the finest part of Buria's steamship, for the very important persons. What kind of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, more important persons. That's why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganoff is not an animal. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asugi's currently occupied? Sato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no. Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Could you tell us who's traveling the cabin next to Mr. Asugi? His name is Mr. Grimes B. Roylott. He's a very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman? Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. Oh my gosh. How can you be so sure? Mr. Roylott is an authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in a lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands. That was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since the gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important, is that right? Not my business. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganov? Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. Well, yeah, but like, don't you have to go to sleep? Or eat? Or go to the bathroom? I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It's sad about Student Boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. Did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Susato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. And you didn't hear anything, any strange noises or sense something was wrong in some way? Oh, he's sus. He is so sus. I said no. Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. Time for me to report to the captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly. Yes, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate the area properly, shall we? Definitely. Well, he lied when he said that he guards at all times. I'm just saying he lied. That's not guarding. Oh. Ah, a trap for catching mice. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, I think it's what's called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like. Oh my gosh. The idea of not having ever tasted cheese, oh my gosh, can't relate. My parents also, first time they had cheese was when they came to Canada. They never had cheese before. You can't eat it now, Rodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers. Really? But, I suppose you're right. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I've had to eat the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. Yeah, no, we like stuff like milk, cheese. Didn't have that back in Vietnam. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says press only in times of emergency. Looks as though it says alarm bells ringing all over the ship. It brings the vessel to a complete stop. That's not how it works. What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it. But this is an emergency situation. Just look at the handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop. This ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Not our cabin. It's Kabuzuma-sama's. Sorry? Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. These cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin in steerage is number 539, by the way. 500 and... How many cabins are there? This is it. Cabin next to ours, the one with the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. Must have been a woman. Stand aside. I'm about to break the door down. Where did you come from? Mr. Sholmes! I shall be stuck. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Please wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how did you get a dispatch this muscular urge? What? Break it! I kick! I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Oh my gosh, I relate to this man so much. Who are you? A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. It's Santa Claus! You know the origin of Santa Claus? The real origin, I mean. I'm not talking about the one that everybody talks about. Santa Claus was first a Russian revolutionary who killed a bunch of people, but his heart softened at the sight of children and he decided, okay, instead of killing people, I'm going to give gifts to children on Christmas. There you go. Well, we heard a woman screaming. A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only one here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me. And you are? I'm the one and only, the actual Sherlock Holmes. You heard of me, no doubt. No. I'm the great detective among great detectives, one who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you may trust me completely. The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives. We recently heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself with the wardrobe this time. So I might be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case. Oh my gosh. This guy has so much. I see where this is going. I see where it's going with this. But the audacity. What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me. Did you see that, Mr. Naruto? Yes, the keys just shook. Leave it now, otherwise I'll call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grim Spy Roylott. There's no doubt about it, this strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. We're totally gonna discard him and just explore. What do you think you're doing? Ah! This is my cabin. Get out! Can we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps? No! Ah, what the pity. I think we're out of luck. I think you're right. There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do. I agree, but maybe someone else who can help. Perhaps that the great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You didn't only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Well, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our dear voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh, it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? No, actually, you're spot on, for once. Observe closely. A Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian would react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yes, please! Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Is this a new feature? Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian? I ask you. What? From time to time, it occurs to me. Is a fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you or anyone. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on the first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. I must have complete silence. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Just as I thought, yes, I've quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. That is so rude. That is so rude, Sholmes. Using those shears, you were about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you release what you have been, so you have been discovered. Does it not? Ah! Oh, Naruto-san! I had never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. That was a great deduction? Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What? What if not ineffable twaddle? Oh yes, I've read it about countless times in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true. I can hardly believe it, but all that color has drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How? How could you? Who's getting a haircut? A haircut? Are you, I would get a haircut, but I don't have any chest hair. There's nothing there, so how can I get a haircut? Maybe he's about to. Maybe he's getting. He's cutting the pubic hair. How could I possibly know such things? You wish to say. Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let's board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let's work through my deductions together. Oh my gosh! Amazing. So the dubious looking Russian Mr. Roylott obviously what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? Yes sir, of course, it's staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question that begs is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have a clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, the morning's newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have also read, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Interesting. The headlines reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Does that mean you were wrong earlier, Charles, when you accused us of being the Russian? As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of this article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Dude. Sir. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. The proof of the crime over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylock, taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you that eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glasses falls. The proof of your crime sits before our eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps, one slight enough to fit therein. This is amazing. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page, renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction, and according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. This is amazing. I love this, but also he is dead wrong. Thus concludes the Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of the Russian enigma Elemensky. Yeah. When are people gonna realize that he's useless? Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Sherlock, Mr. Holmes' brilliant deductions, you know. Susato is figuring out that this guy is a quack, but that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Holmes, could you come over here a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? No, go on. Well, to start with, there's this newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. Ah yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you. that the man is a revolutionary, well, able to revolutionize his own appearance. Yeah, but there cannot be two people the same. Like, which one is it? Which one is it? Is it this guy or is it us? Can't be both. In fairness, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do. That's not the point. They don't even have the same nose. Did he get a nose job? Another thing, the part about him adopting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard. Nah, they would have to be a toddler. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out of that case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a healthy litheness in their body. A certain litheness. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking, contortionist in the circus, Mr. Holmes. This whole thing is turned into a circus. Mr. Naruto, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observations are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention, his logic, that seem a little off. Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Mrs. Sato. It's just one or two keywords in his deduction that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternative. What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions? Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that. We unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Ha! It's not that funny. And you, my good fellow. Sorry? Think I'm not meant to look at your wrist. My wrist? Where are your handcuffs? Huh? How did... I felt that they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrist when we're finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let's begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Oh, now it's our turn. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, this is a new thing. Never done that before. Is the enormous pairs of shears in your hand. Now that we is concerned, what could you possibly want with such Okay. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I doubt that's something I ever have to worry about. Doesn't quite sit right with me though. Doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means I suppose that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a keyword here, Naruto-san, and see if it helps matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really weird that he intended to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Shaw's deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest of it to your capable hands, Naruto-san. Why am I the only one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? It's a very thick hat, isn't it? That's the secret, you see, Naruto-san, don't you know? Secret? What? Well, before we left Japan, I took some time to study various foreign countries. Russia is the land of unimaginable cold, and thick hat is the secret to keeping warm. Without one, I read that your brain would freeze. That was just one of the many fascinating snippets of information in Old Mother Not Russia. I think maybe you picked the wrong book there. It really is a full beer, isn't it? Ah yes. According to Mr. Shorms, Mr. Roylott was about to cut it off. I still think that looks nothing like the man pictured in the newspaper article though. The apparently merciless revolutionary villain Bolshevik. So if he wasn't going to cut off his beard, presumably he was going to cut something else. Yes, we need to look at this from a fresh perspective and try to work out what. Golden locks. What the? What's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. No. The color is not the point. The point is what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylott's head. We already kind of figured it out at this point. She's it's a she. It's a ballerina. Where? Okay, give me the tiara. How is it growing from underneath this thick black hair? Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Something's definitely not right here. How do I switch? Preset?
Yes!
You were on the verge of using those shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Okay, this guy is coming in like Tino Balducci, like coming in and it's like, this is exactly what I wanted to say. Yeah, like this is my genius. You just like corrected a little bit. Bravo, bravo. This is exactly what I wanted to say. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. A woman, woman, let me be a woman, woman. I can be a woman. You're not a man at all, you're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, tú eres la mujer. Tú es tú no eres el hombre. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one's still very much in her youth. only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question that begs is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Thank you, thank you. I'm only just starting though. Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on this matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that the old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, the Rodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element when as you dance around the room. Did you seek the facts with Mr. Shaw? I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business. Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Shaw's deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out that doesn't fit the facts at all now. That's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly, he or rather she can possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes. Let's switch the evidence for something else, something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best. Okay, let's present.
Yes!
The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right, you hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina, Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! Oh! Oh! Oh, she's cute! Okay, where's the tiara? Give it. You're right. My real name is Nina. Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Now, yeah! Well, certainly not kidnapping. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. The proof of this crime over here. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares. People have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more. Oh, okay, we're already read all of that. Yeah, it's in the trunk. That traveling case. This woman is a ballerina and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can be inside that traveling case as well. No, but that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruto-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it! Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. I mean, there is something in that case. There's something in that case. Look at this dazzling tiara. I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, I take it. Thank you. Mine. Is it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Let's please.
Yes!
The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novavich ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no! Yes, you left your ballet troupe all unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah! I have no one, no family, no friends. I'm all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. She got that present from a sugar daddy in Prussia? You go, girl! Alright, I will tell you everything. There's no point to hiding it anymore. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this extravagant case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish for it to remain closed. Is that also, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I had ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless Kuda betrays you. Once again, we only need to follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. It's completely tacked with this deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his object to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all of this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. Then there has to be another reason why she will open the case. And it must be somewhere in the same area. If that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree, that's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. see here. What's that? This is a charming little picture, isn't it? What is it? Someone climbing a steep mountainside? Or descending one, it seems to me. When you've been on the flat sea for a while, maybe you start seeing hills and mountains and everything. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. There was exactly the same notice in our cabin too. I wonder what happens if you break the rules. There's a pet in there. Oh dear, I'm sure the punishment will be severe, Naruto-san. You'll probably be left to drift in the freezing cold ocean. Or shut inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end. So I've actually been serving time for weeks now, have I?
Yes!
Yeah, that suitcase was like moving earlier, and there was something there. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside the case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. Maybe it's a mouse. This is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova, inside your traveling case. Is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage a pet? Oh my gosh. That was amazing. Both of them work well together. So cool. So clearly, you aren't who you say you were. No, I'm not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet's company performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which could have been easy. The Moria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could Shibuya snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somehow recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure that they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, discuss myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transform yourself to that questionable old man, I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. so I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hands and at that precise moment we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say it to any of the crew, your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us as much detail as you muster about the events of last night. Yes, alright, I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruto, wasn't it something Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? Was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to help us tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh yes, what? Observe your wrists. My... Ah, your hands are cuffed again. What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. When and why? There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruto. I'm sorry to say, but it can't be helped at the moment. Can't it? Really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the Speckled Band that Kazuma-sama wrote about his diary really was. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh, that's why you were trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novavich Ballet? Yes. I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there I want to go to America. Oh no, not going to America! Don't go, it's a trap! I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have a striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to leave. I have no money of my own. The Novavich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you run away to protect yourself. Damn, they only gave her water and food? No pay at all? God damn. Okay. Yes, and the crew of the ship. They have all been kind to me. They let me come on board and they said I could hide in this cabin. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruto? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum? I'm not sure, but... Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night. Ah, that's it, of course. So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. That's none of your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It is how the Russian newspapers describe one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel. Considering English is in your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I can never resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Oh, maybe she got in via a helicopter. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board according to rules of passage. Oh, please don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious, then the burly Russians would bestir themselves on unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. What sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? Maybe an adorable little rabbit. Ah, you credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to misunderstanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken! Of course! Why didn't I think of that? I'm so dumb thinking that it was a rodent like a mouse or something like that. Of course it is a chicken! Sholmes showed us again. Really thinking clearly, thinking above all. Like, you know, using his brain cells. Amazing. He showed us. Considering the benefits. A rousing wake-up call. Daily fresh eggs. And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you eat your friends? I'll remember that. Yeah, well, it would appear that this friend's identity is closely guarded, secret not to be revealed. Why? Honestly, everybody should have a chicken friend. That's right. Have a chicken as a pet. Best pet. If you want breakfast, you can just eat your pets little babies, you know. Just eat your pets' babies. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. There you go. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator it mentions joins this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No, I don't know anything. Oh. Uh-oh. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott? Yes, what? Oh, wow. She quick. She's fast. I would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. He didn't even wait for him to say, you can enter. Alright, I will come now. You can let go of those shears. What? You must leave now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please, don't worry about yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The Spasser said out, or you want me to throw you out. It looks like you will have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. To be continued. We've just finished part 1 of case number 2. We did it. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to exit the. Okay, well, we're already saved, but we'll do it again. No sorts of haircuts. Yeah, I know. It's going to have to be for next time. Hopefully we're gonna see someone's hair getting chopped off like last time. That was pretty amazing. But now it's time to end the stream. It's a good place to stop. Anyway, let me see who I can raid. I'm pretty hungry too, so this is a good time. Oh, Dr. Abby is is streaming right now. I'm going to rate Dr. Abby. They are playing Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Awesome. I don't know yet. I'm trying to organize a time where I could stream it. I have a Nancy Drew streamer friend who speaks also French. She's a French. She teaches French to high school or elementary. I'm not sure. So I'm going to see if I can organize something where we both co-host and play the Nancy Drew together in French. So we'll see, but it won't be anytime soon. Like we're still trying to organize this, but I'm pretty excited about it. Anyway, and yeah, it'll give people plenty of practice time. You know, I'll be able to help you out in French, teach you some stuff, what it means and all of that. Maybe do some comparisons between the English and the French version. That would be cool. Anyway, I'm going to go eat. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate that. And I will see you tomorrow for more Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Sherlock Holmes, not Sherlock Holmes. Bye. Have a good night.